Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crunch My Numbers, where we dive into strategies to help you grow your business with confidence. I'm your host, Paul Redmond, and today's episode takes a crucial topic for every business owner: financial clarity. We will be discussing how gaining financial clarity can unlock so many things in your business and your life, as well as growth opportunities and reducing overwhelm. So we'll explore why financial clarity is essential. We're going to walk through the financial clarity triangle model, and we're going to give you practical steps to gain control of your business's financial wealth. We'll also discuss a case study where we had a real world impact of achieving financial clarity and the highlights from that. So the first thing we're going to just have a little bit of a look and have a little bit of a chat around is, what is the issue here? So for me, as a business owner, you may feel overwhelmed, and I have done it at several times, by your personal and business finances. There's a lot of complexity. We're looking at expenses, assets, liabilities, and it can be hard to understand where all the money is going. And this leads to uncertainty and difficulty in making informed decisions. There's so many impacts of finance throughout your life. So you have your own personal mortgage, you have your personal budgeting, you have your personal income, and then you have your business income, you have your payroll expenses, you have your sales income. Then you have the cycle of money, how money works through your life and your business, and the time lapses of when you get paid to when you pay your bills and all of that. So that is a big issue, and having clarity around that is incredibly important. In terms of the impact on a business, then the lack of clarity it really does hinder not just your business growth, but it can result in a lot of missed opportunities. It can result in a lot of financial inefficiencies. And most importantly, it leads to a lot of increased stress. We see a lot of stress as a big, big problem for business owners. And without understanding your finances, it's actually nearly impossible to allocate resources effectively or plan for sustainable growth, or just planning itself. So I've had so many business owners to have told me they've woke up in the middle of the night and they're worried about cash flow. They're worried about the increased cost of wages. They're worried about the increased costs of products. So this is the problem that we have. And what we really need to do is have a solution for that problem. So when we look at a solution, we have a thing called the financial clarity model. And it's really simple, but yet it's really powerful. And sometimes the simplicity in something, people say it won't really help my personal situation, but it helps every situation. And that's why it has to be simple. And what we're talking about here is we're introducing the gather, map, and analyze model. So let me talk about the very first step in this financial clarity model: gathering all your financial data. And this does lead to overwhelm, because this means, we like to start at the family side of it first and then look at the business side of it, because the family finances are something that business owners don't necessarily focus in on. They always focus in on the business side of it, but I want to take a step back and look at the family. And some of the simple things you need to do in the gathering of your financial data is just to gather all your bills in one place. Gather all your financial statements, gather all your medical expenses, just put everything together in one place. Now, there's a number of ways of putting everything together in one place. A lot of people will have banking online. A lot of people will have apps like Revolut that will analyze your expenses for you. But the main thing is to gather the information. And we like to gather it over a period of 12 months. So once you gather all your information, the step 2 is to map the financial flows. So you need to create an income stream. You need to see where that income stream is coming out. You need to analyze all your expenses, and you need to look at your assets and liabilities. Now, your income streams in a personal business, in a personal situation, comes from a lot of cases. If you're in a partnership with somebody else, you will look at this jointly. But wherever it is, your income will come from a number of sources. Like you will have your wages or your salaries coming from your business. You can have deposit interest coming in. You can income from rental incomes. So whatever sources of the income, that's the stage where you're looking at the mapping the income. The next thing we look at is all your expenses. And in a personal sense, we look at your personal household expenses like food, entertainment, clothing, travel costs, food costs, education costs. All of these costs need to be analysed. And the mapping the flows, this helps you see where your money is coming in from and where it's going, allowing you to spot inefficiencies and areas of opportunities that might not be evidence to you. I have seen, and in my own personal, even taking something like subscriptions, even taking something like you're sitting there and you're paying for Netflix, you're paying for Amazon Prime, you're paying for Sky TV. So you're paying for all these TV subscriptions and you stand back and you say, do I really use these? But you get into a habit. You're looking at your expenses like your electricity costs or your heating costs, and you're looking at your telephone costs and all of these costs. But what we get into a habit of just leaving them there, and we don't get into a habit of actually really understanding and budgeting for those costs. So when we've gathered all the data, we've mapped all the financial flows, the next thing is we need to analyze the information and interpret it. When we're talking about analysis, we're looking for patterns, we're looking for areas of risks, and we're looking for opportunities of cost savings or investments. And this step will help you make really informed decisions and develop a financial strategy that aligns with your personal and business circumstances. So if you're looking at your personal budget, you're going to have maybe 20 to 25 different headings, absolute maximum headings. You'll have your mortgage payments, or you'll have your pension payments, or you'll have whatever payment you have. And a lot of those are actually fixed. So you don't need to really, you just need to analyze them. But there's a huge amount of day-to-day expenditure, both in the business and in the personal, to where you can really say, is it really worth it? Can I get a coffee machine in the office, or do I have to buy a coffee every day? I know these are small, but they're absolutely critically important to understand and interpret it. And the next segment we look at this is, why is it financial clarity really, really essential? Because if you don't have clear understanding, and if you don't have a vision that you can see, all the problems that we discussed at the start of this podcast episode, with the feeling of the overwhelm, the feeling of complexity, not knowing where you're going, the issue of uncertainty, these problems, if you don't have the clarity, they 10x. And it's all to do with the problem then. It's not to do with the solution. So you really will get a massive amount of overwhelm if you don't have the financial clarity. And it also can lead to missed opportunities, financial inefficiencies, and ultimately it'll lead to slower growth, whether that's growth in a personal life in terms of your saving and investments, or in your business in terms of just business growth. So what I want you to look at, I want you to think of your overall personal finances as a jigsaw puzzle. So just imagine a jigsaw puzzle, not something I particularly like putting together myself, but I know loads of people that absolutely love jigsaw puzzles. But when you get the jigsaw puzzle, when you purchase it, the minute you purchase the puzzle, there's a picture on the lid of the jigsaw puzzle. So when you buy the puzzle, you can see what the end product should look like. But what you're trying to do here with your finances without having clarity is you're trying to build the jigsaw puzzle without seeing the picture on the box. Does that make sense? You're trying to put this puzzle together, but you don't really know what it's supposed to look like. And without knowing what the journey looks like, it's going to be really, really difficult. So how do you gain this financial clarity? So I'm going to walk through how you gain it. And we've talked about it particularly in the previous segment. And it is gathering the financial data. When you gather the financial data, you can use tools like cloud storage. Physical folders are okay as well, and get everything centralized. You map out the financial flows as we've discussed. You analyze and interpret. These 3 steps will give you the clarity. And what you really need to do is speak to somebody. If you're not comfortable in this, speak to somebody that is comfortable. Somebody like us. This is what we do day in, day out. We can help people with the gaining this financial clarity and gaining the freedom that it actually entails. So I just want to apply this overall to a specific situation. So picture the scene. You're a business owner, and in your business, you have multiple different areas of business. You could have multiple different departments within your business. You can have multiple businesses. But you say you're a business owner who runs any typical business that you want to say. Let's say to run a shop. In that shop, you have all the income coming into the shop, and you have loads of different methods of income coming in through whatever your departmentalized income will be. You may have property that you're renting on the other side of that. which is that income coming in. You may possibly be in a situation where you're actually looking at putting money into your pension funds and you're investing in your pension funds and you're asking yourself, what does all this mean? What does all this look like? And if I tidy up all of this, what's the actual impact for my business, for my personal life, and how can I do it? So we've went through many, many, many different scenarios over the years. But what you will see is, number one thing you're going to get out of a specific situation is you're going to get a clear understanding of where your money is going and what you're spending. And you're going to get that aha moment of, oh my God, I haven't spent that much money every month without really understanding it. Or I don't have the money to buy food in my life. I really need to figure out where I'm going. Or I'm not paying myself properly within my business because my business doesn't seem to have, and I'm always the last one to get paid. And therefore, I've loads of money in my business, but I've no money in my personal life. And this is a scenario that we see day in, day out. But when you get the clarity, it really, the results of having gone through this process are you eliminate all unnecessary expenses and you find profitable areas to expand your business and your life. That is a huge, huge improvement in your personal financial journey. So the clarity of getting rid of unnecessary expenses. The other thing, this financial clarity, I just want to make this really, really clear. It's not about not paying yourself. It's not about cutting back. It's about spending your money when you have the clarity on the things that you really want to spend it on. And that's really, really, really important, especially in today's modern world where you go out now and no one has cash anymore, right? I mean, I can't remember the last time I was going into a match recently and I wanted to pay and I needed cash. I had to go and take cash out of the machine so cash is gone. So this tapping culture leads to massive overspend. So just to conclude this, what I'd like to say to you, you need to take action. And if you're ready to gain financial clarity, take control of your business and personal finances. Here's some of the steps you can do today. Number one, you can schedule a financial clarity session with me or one of my team. You can begin organizing your financial documents, and you can use Xero or some of the other softwares to map out your personal expenses as well as your business expenses. So I just want to say that by committing to financial clarity, you're going to empower yourself to make informed decisions that align with your business growth and personal financial targets. So don't let this uncertainty hold you back and just take the first baby step. It's about taking the baby step one, which is gathering your financial data or scheduling a financial clarity session. So thank you so much for listening. In our next episode, we're going to explore how to simplify complex operations that help you reduce this overwhelm in your business. So stay tuned for some practical tips on streamlining your process next. Thank you so much.